I'm a very passionate conservationist and biologist, and this is a very famous animal and a very famous place to see it. So I've never seen this animal anywhere else in the world. It's very special to Nanjing. So I came to China for something else, but I realized I was near Nanjing and I had the chance to come here and see these incredible animals. So that's why I came. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's utterly incredible to me that this animal, which is one of the rarest mammals on the planet, is still here in the middle of a busy, big city. You know, we have ships, we have people, we have lots of construction, and yet somehow people are making space for this amazing animal still to live, and that's a remarkable thing and a very important thing. I think it's extraordinary what's going on here, and I've been finding out a bit more about it since I've been in China this last week, hearing what changes are underway in the Yangtze River, not just for the porpoises, but for the fish that they depend on, and for the water quality and so on. And that's all led from the top. And without political commitment, that couldn't happen. And the scale of just the changes and the evidence that those changes are happening is actually really remarkable. I'm amazed by what's happening here, and the high level of political support at different levels, from different levels of government. But that political commitment and engagement, alongside local people's engagement, interest, excitement, volunteering, and so on, all of that it's remarkable. It's an amazing example of what people really can do if they want to. So it's extraordinary that you can see creatures like this in a place like Nanjing. Of course, it's amazing, and I don't know many cities where you can do that. And I think that's really important. One, because it shows that we can live alongside these amazing wildlife, and second, because it's a really powerful lesson for other places around the world. That we hear a lot of bad news about conservation. We're used to hearing that things are getting worse, and that's true. I mean, and we're in a very serious situation globally. But that means that when there are examples of things working, where things are getting better, not worse, where people that really care are looking after things and then inspiring lots and lots of other people, those are really precious places and examples. So they're places we can learn from and that are really important, not just for here, but for inspiring people elsewhere. Wild creatures and wild places, I think, are really important, and I think it's our responsibility as humans to make sure we leave the world in no worse a place than we find it, ideally a better place. And right now, particularly the last 10 or 20 years and the next 10 or 20 years, we are changing the world so much as a species that the future of the rest of life on Earth is in our hands. It will depend on the decisions that we make. And we can make the wrong decisions, or we can make the right decisions. And I think the decisions that people make in the next 10 or 20 years, in the rest of the time I've got, those will be fundamental to what happens on Earth. And in that context, what's happening here is really important, because if people think there is no hope for nature, and so people will give up, and that would be terrible. But there are lots of cases where things are getting better, and knowing that that's possible is incredibly important to inspire people, whether that's ordinary people just living their everyday lives, whether it's the people that decide our lives, politicians and business people and so on. People have to believe that things can be better, and so examples like this are so fundamental to that, because you can see genuinely that creatures can thrive, we can look after them, there are people that really care about these things. So that's why coming to places like this is always a privilege and very exciting and important for me. So what you're doing is unbelievably important. I mean, you can see that with the porpoises, they're doing well, and that's in large part because of the work that you do. And volunteers are critically important for that. And obviously you have fantastic volunteers. So just in terms of the work, I think that's really important. And then I think the other thing, I'm a volunteer at home in my own conservation organizations. I work as a volunteer. And the thing that does for you as a volunteer is it gives you a sense of pride. This is there because of in part, a little bit because of something I did. So this place matters to me. And that's a really, really important sense of belonging it means that this will have a future. Beyond the work that you do here today or next week, but a future because people are invested in that through volunteering. Very, very important. So I would say, as a foreigner coming here and seeing these incredible creatures, thank you very, very much for your work.